Hello Madden NFL fans, ZFarls here for another exciting edition of This Week in Madden, joined by my co-host Mr. SGibs. We are ready to get into the best tips in the community right now. So if you don't know about the show, let's hop right in. Gibbs, what do we have for them tonight?
Couple mail bags we want to show you. Been a hot topic all week on the MaddenTips.com forums. Pressure versus coverage, that's one of the main things we're going to be talking about today. What style of defense do you want to play in Madden NFL 13? How are you going to get to the Madden Elite? By running pressure defense or coverage defense? And
if you've been struggling to beat some of those man-to-man heavy defenses we've been seeing, or you want to know how to use the play-action passing better, or you're just looking for the best teams and books and what you can use, you're going to want to stay tuned because we're about to get to those mailbag questions. Quick shout-out, we are chatting live on livestream.com/EA Sports over on the Madden Tips page. Shout-out to some new guys in the chat. We got All About Hero. He's in the chat. We got Apex Predator, a bunch of guys, VG Raven, some great guys that will answer your questions. Keep the talk going. We'll answer some mailbag questions from there. You can hit us up on Twitter at MaddenBible, at SGibs7 if you have questions. But let's hop right in and take some mailbag action. And let's hop into game here. Our first question of the night is from Hyper Troy. Hyper Troy wants to know, what is the better defensive style this year, all-out coverage or all-out pressure?
You know, coming from me, I'm an all-out pressure guy. Send it, send it. Our good friend from school, Ed, what was his number one thing he'd always used to say to us?
Send it until they prove they can stop it.
And when in doubt, if you don't know what to do, send pressure. Send it. Send the kitchen sink at him. Cover zero. Send 7 guys at him. If you don't know what to do, it's always better to send pressure just because. Can your opponent handle the pressure?
Let's jump into game. We'll look here over on the PlayStation 3. We have some action going on. So I'm basically going to make the argument right now that coverage defense in Madden 13. Last year, I was more of a pressure guy. Actually, no, last year more of a coverage guy. Always kind of been a coverage guy. I like to kind of blitz on 3rd and long. I agree with you there. Force them to get off the field. But right now, Gibbs, I'm going to force you to draw me here by dropping some guys back off the line of scrimmage. Just kind of being patient and seeing if I can bottle it up here. You know, you pick up a couple yards, but I live to play another down. I mean, are guys out there, are you guys giving up a lot of pressure in the, are you guys giving up a lot of touchdowns with pressure style defense? That's what I've been seeing. I've been seeing a lot of long touchdowns when I play cover 1, cover 0 scenarios. So the key really is to become a better player, to get pressure sending as little guys as possible. So Gibbs, maybe you have something for him, because I've just been kind of dropping people back, just kind of waiting, and then I pick my spots to bring the blitz. Right, and so this is actually a blitz that, Farls, we were working on today. I'll grab control of it. It's from the nickel normal formation. I know you like it a little bit. It's safe. It's conservative. I think you're gonna be running it tonight in the game of the week. Correct? Yes. So we'll be using this. So nickel normal. It's safe. It's conservative. If you take a coverage style approach with it, I think this defense could really be effective for what you want to do in the defense side of the ball. This is not one of our heavy pressure blitzes, guys. Guys, a heavy pressure blitz is going to be something where if the offense blocks the halfback and then maybe has a tight end and chooses to, block him or slides in this guy, a heavy pressure blitz is going to be something that's going to, be able to get in against 6 or 7 guys. But just a basic coverage style blitz is something simple like this, where if they're sending guys out, you're just kind of playing mind games, forcing them to block the halfback. So what I want to do here in coverage, Farls, is I like to do the following. I'll drop 2 purples, and I'm going to drop 1 quarterback spy, and then I'm going to control the guy covering the halfback. So what you want to do to set this play up, though, is you want to shift or crash your defensive line, or I'm sorry, spread your defensive line out, and then I want you to base a line. And I want you to spread your linebackers. What this is going to do is it's going to put you in a situation where you have, you count the guys in the box, 4 guys in the box, so you're still going to be good against a halfback draw. But now Falls is going to go to snap the ball. We're going to have good coverage, spies, purples everywhere. And you're going to force them, you're rushing 1 guy at the quarterback, you're going to force them to make a tough throw. I live with that. I will live that. It's a mindset. It's a philosophy of how you're going to play defense. I all of a sudden get comfortable. I'm waiting. I'm patient. I know that he's not sending a lot of pressure. It's tough to move the ball down the field, taking long drives. And then all of a sudden, this gets mixed in. So what you do, again, you're going to spread your defensive line. You're going to spread your linebackers. L1 up, R1 up. Correct. You're going to spread your linebackers. Then you're going to re-blitz, global blitz the linebacker on the left side of the screen, which is DeMarcus Ware in this situation. You're going to blitz Coleman, your DN on the right side, straight down. And then what I want you to do is you can either leave Ratliff on his route, or you can simply spy Ratliff
I prefer spy. I'll tell you why in a second. But Farls here is he's gonna get used to the coverage. He might start draws. A guy goes out. Now we get DeMarcus Ware coming in, flying off the edge, going to instant replay. Farls, I want to show you that. We have a 2-man under. Everyone is manned up. That's important. Besides the halfback. Halfback's the only guy not manned up. You have 2 deep safeties. One is a user-controlled safety who I'm going to spy the halfback with. We're sending 5 guys after the quarterback, or 4 guys after the quarterback, and we're also containing the quarterback in case he breaks out of the pocket. This is a great way to mesh your coverage defense with a blitz from this formation. And the other reason why I really, really like this is because you can check down to a cover 3, a cover 2, a cover 4, all from the same formation, same look, and it's based around a coverage style approach to your defensive side of the ball, and then you sneak in the blitz on the backside.
So guys, a lot of keys that we just mentioned there. This year, I think Gibbs and I are going to agree, for the most basic guy out there and just guys that are looking to tournament and still feel people out when they, if they're playing a new opponent, they don't know if they're going to be running the ball, passing the ball, etc. Come out with some coverage style plays, force them to earn that first drive, see some of their plays and formations. If you let up a touchdown on the first play with your blitz, then all of a sudden you haven't seen their offense, and then all of a sudden, say they get the ball back 7-0, and they have ball, you've only seen one of their plays. So you want to kind of, slow them down. It's okay to give up a couple points, but make them earn it. Then mix in pressure later in the game. Even just later in the drive, get them thinking, okay, I got time, because it's pretty easy to pick up some good blitzes in this year's game by using tight ends, using halfbacks. It's a little easier than it was last year. Last year you had to do some sliding. This year, it's a little more, easier, I'd say, to block the right number of guys and kind of, pick up some of the pressures this year. A lot of guys are still working on their blitzes and stuff. So playing coverage. Okay, well, I got time. Then just mix it in is a great way to go this year.
I think that a key thing you said there, Farls, is at the start of a game, you kind of want to get a feel for what your opponent's going to do. So if you drop back and play a lot of coverage, it's pretty easy to score in this year's game anyways, as it is, right?
Yeah.
So why not play a lot of coverage and hope they throw a pick, or they're not patient, or they run a draw, a fumble, something like that? Why not drop everybody back, get a feel for what they're going to do, so that later on down the game, now you can capitalize and say, okay, I know what he's going to do, rather than maybe call coverage 0 blitz and just get burned by it right in the beginning of the game. You're going to want to save your blitzes, coverage, blitz.
Yes, absolutely. A great way to go in this year's game. So let's take a look at our next mailbag question here. We have another good one coming up from T-Man. What's the best way to counter a hurry-up offense that uses the quick snap? So let's look again on PlayStation 3 here. An example of a play where a guy might quick snap is he's either calling hurry-up offense right after the play. I'm going to come out in something like wide trips and go with a play like crow flat corner. So what he means by quick snapping is the guy's not making a lot of adjustments. He's just kind of getting up to the line of scrimmage. Obviously, in practice mode, it's a little quicker than if you're actually just in a game. In a game, it takes still about 7 seconds to line up to the huddle. Here, we're going to try to draw as you start to set things up. But usually a guy who's quick snapping you is throwing quick passes, fast little
snap
over.
Snap and just throw it like that.
Snap, and you're not kind of getting your guys set up how you want them to be. And it's a little tougher this year to get your defense set up exactly how you want them. So this guy might be, working on getting some quick passes going. Gibbs, what are some keys if they're doing this to you? I think it's a good thing.
Yes. Here's what I know, and you did it to me. You made me pay earlier this week. So Farls kept telling me, I'm gonna get an interception on your little quick passes. I'm gonna get an interception. So what he did specifically was he targeted where I wanted to go to a quick pass. So in this situation, say we wanted to go to Selleck. Okay, so what Farls would do is he would take a defender that line him right up over Selleck, so we had the DN in the situation, and he would drop that DN into a yellow zone right over Selleck, so that when the snap came, that he would hopefully be in a position to make a play on the ball. So the snap goes, there's a defender right in that area, and then he tried, again, I dropped both DNs into yellow zones there. I like yellow zones better than I like purple zones this year. Quarterback spies this year, because the yellow zones seem to drop back and react a little bit better. The quarterback spies in years past, we love them to play over the short middle, but I really do think sort of in this year's game, the spies don't react as well as a quick snap throw over the middle of the field. I really like the yellows. The yellows cause a lot of congestion in the middle of the field, where that's where a lot of guys like to target their quick pass.
Absolutely. So a key to the quick snap is, one, if they're quick snapping, you do have an advantage because they're not setting up their plays like they want. You know, they're kind of trying to catch you off guard. And once you catch up to what they're doing, you're going to be able to have a good advantage. So if they're only quick snapping, that's a good thing, because you should still have 7 seconds on defense to set up anything by the time they huddle up. So you got to like that they're not actually taking time and making adjustments.
Right.
2, start to drop some of those routes on short passes. They usually don't quick snap and go deep unless they're not aligned right. But in general, the quick snap is a quick motion, and you know, a lot of guys just doing some different things. So dropping guys back will really help. If they're quick snapping, that means they're not going to be running things like draws unless you kind of see them audible, and then that's kind of another tell, if they take a little bit longer, that they're possibly running something different. So there's a lot to like here. As we see, we have the flat zones, just kind of getting some guys out there.
What I like a lot, too, is, so we talked about this last year a lot, too. So if, say for example, Farls is motioning this, the far right guy here, who happens to be Macklin, okay? So he's motioning him, and he's killing me on Macklin releases to the right, to the slide line, and he's killing me there. So what I want to do is I want to just put a guy over there. So I drop a flat zone, and I'm going to stick him over there and say, okay, you are going to do this, and you're consistently throwing in this area of the field, so I'm just going to throw a guy over there. Okay, I'm going to drop a zone over there, and I'm going to say, I'll figure out my defense from there as I go. So that flat zone is going to stay over there, and it's going to try and help make a play on the ball. But the idea is, don't just ignore it. Don't just stay in a 2-man under. Don't just stay in a cover 3. Make an adjustment. If they're beating you with on a certain part of the field, drop a zone right in that specific spot. Don't be afraid to try and take it away. Don't be afraid to play a little bit of coverage. We talked about earlier, coverage defense versus pressure defense, and that's huge this year. So, I mean, quick passes, hurry up offense, it all can be stopped. You just got to be able to. What did we talk about earlier this year on Twim? You got to
take a deep breath, drop some guys back, take away that first read, and lock it up. Quick one from Mark Gates in the chat's asking a question: will a quick pass on a zig route to the tight end work?
Yes, all day. It's one of my favorite ways to quick pass.
Great way to quick pass is just hit it over the middle. 2 things you can do. One, if they're playing a lot of man-to-man, I like to work the slant with the zig, and then hopefully when it comes back, you get a nice switch, and X is going to get a lot of space to the sideline. You saw he had a couple steps on his man there.
Right.
But yes, you can snap throw some of these zig routes. You know, the tight end's not going to be pressed, so you have a good chance to definitely throw a lot of good quick passes. There's a lot of good routes. Obviously, Gibbs went with the unbumpable there.
User press.
But there's a lot to like, and there's a lot of great plays that have little routes to the tight ends and little routes to the guys that are backed up off the line of scrimmage that are really going to be great quick passes for your offense. So that's something you want to check out. All right, here we go. Next question in the mailbag is from the Noble One. Great guy, always a big Twim fan. What's up, guys? I'd like to know what, in your opinion, is the best team in the game defensively, and what is the best offensive and defensive playbook? So as we look over here on the Xbox, we have the best defensive team in the game already up on the screen. We have the San Francisco 49ers. Gibbs, talk a little bit about what set you would use. So maybe go to what your main situation would be with them, and then show why they're so good.
Well, I think that they can really work out of like a nickel set. You want to have at least their 2 linebackers on the field. You want to have the big boys on the defensive line there, and they also have some guys to work with in the secondary. So one of the reasons why the Niners are so effective, and I'm going to pause the game. I want to go straight into their depth chart. I want to show why. They have a lot of speed, okay? They have a lot of speed on the defensive side of the ball with their linebacking core, and they have so Patrick Willis, 90 speed there. You have Alvin Smith, 83 speed. If you take a look at in the secondary, you have, I love Chris Culver. I love him, and I love Tremont.
Yeah, see, I didn't realize they had that much depth in the secondary.
They do, and so you see you have Brown here. This is actually how I play their roster here. I go with Brock. Why? Go over to this and take a look at this man's press coverage, and you're going to see why. He is great in press coverage, 84, 93, and then Culver 80. That is a phenomenal 3-man lineup for a nickel formation. And then you also, in the secondary, you have Goldson, and then you have Whitner. So you have 5 great guys in the secondary that can play at a high elite level. And then talk about Patrick Willis. You have Bauman. Then you have Alvin Smith off the edge, and you have Harrelson. I mean, you have guys for days on this team. On the defensive line, I can't even say this guy's name. Can you say?
Sopoaga.
Sopoaga.
And they have Justin Smith.
And Justin Smith. I move Justin Smith inside. I'm going to drop down. Brooks, and I'm going to drop down Alden Smith to defensive ends. I'm going to use Harrelson to be my filler guy for if anyone gets tired. Harrelson will come in, and then I have my middle linebackers Willis and Bowman, who are going to just cause major problems. This team has, I think, I've counted before, I think close to I want to say 9 guys over 90 block shot. I think it might be 6. Look at 95. 1, 2, 3, 4, that guy's close.
Yeah.
And then you have D tackles, so that's 4 linebackers.
And block shed's really going to help you in the run game get off blocks and make plays. So plays like draws and things
6.
like that, you get a nice.
So they have 6 guys with 90+ block shed. That is so important for blitzing. That's so important for stopping the run. They get off their blocks. They're going to get after the quarterback, and it's going to make your defense that much better. And then you have the guys in the secondary that are able to play lockdown coverage, great press coverage. You have speed guys in Brock and Culver that you can make a lot of good plays. Love the Niners. Easily the best defense in the game.
True,
Easily.
true. Ravens also have a good D, though.
They
a
do.
lot of block shed there. And a good question from Kill in the chat. He's wondering, if you're a great Madden player, can you just play and win with any team?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But you still want to go through the lineup like that and look to maximize your depth chart.
Yes.
And just, find the formation that's going to give you your 11 best players on the field, especially pass heavy this year.
Right.
There's a lot of great sleeper teams out there. Seahawks, Titans.
Seahawks are a big-time sleeper.
Yeah. Seahawks,
Bengals,
Titans.
if you're looking for a team that's
Bengals are a great D that are off the top 10 radar.
And let me tell you, they got 2 guys on the offense side of the ball with Jermaine Gresham and A.J. Green. Just, they're absolute studs in the passing game. A.J. Green 6'4", Jermaine Gresham 6'5". They both have pretty good catch in traffic. I mean, you can't go wrong with that team. The Bengals, if you're looking for a sleeper team in a league, you still want stout defense but still be able to move the ball, look to the Bengals.
Cool, absolutely. So some good teams there. Playbook-wise, guys, we do have a sale going on MaddenTips.com right now. 40% off the winners kits. Those are the balanced offensive guide, and that's going to be your tournament-style offense. We have Arizona, which is a spread scheme that I use. It's the starter offensive guide. You have Houston on defense and Green Bay. Those are your tournament and starter level defenses.
The code is TWIM40.
If you use the code TWIM40, you'll be all set to go and pick up those items. 40% off is a great deal, so we thank you for joining us, and those are some of your other best playbooks that we'd recommend right now. We got some other ones coming out too shortly, so make sure you stay tuned in and check out on those. But let's take a look at our next mailbag question for right now, and we have one coming up from VT. Any tips on the new play action system? Can you run a successful offensive scheme with it this season?
Yes, you can. I tend to say don't do the play actions because
don't do play action.
If a blitz comes in, you still have a chance to get sacked. I would rather try and get the ball out rather than fake the ball in the handoff or fake the ball to the halfback. I'm not a fan of it. So Farls, if you want to go take a look here on the PlayStation 3, Farls, grab the goal line formation.
Absolutely here. So, yeah, you have goal line on offense. This is just a sample of how it works.
Go back up the PA spot.
You like the PA spot?
I like PA spot.
So let's show how it works. Is basically this year they've added the ability to break out of the play action handoff. So here, Michael Vick's going to complete the full handoff, and hopefully he takes a sack. But if you see that defender coming in, you can now push R2 on PlayStation to break out of the fake. As you can see, Vic.
A little bit quicker, but yeah, you get out of it. But still, I think you kind of like lose your bearings when you're in play.
If you just want to block the halfback with a hot route, now you can use this play without having to drop back.
I like to fade harbor in that situation.
And you can get a nice break out to Selleck on a slant out. Slant out, guys, for those that are newer to this year's game, used to be ability to be hot routed, but now it's the zig route instead. So if you want to find a route that's similar, this play will have it in goal line.
Every playbook. Let me show you how. Farl's going to show you how you set it up. We like to place circle on the slant in.
Okay.
Put I like the fullback on that flat route, or I like him on the in or out, and then we place the square receiver on a fade. So this is pretty simple. I mean, the fullback, you can, one of the things, again, you can block them for extra blocking, or you put them on an out or in, or you put them on a wheel route, whatever works best.
Flat, for me, just to help pull down, get some space to that flat route.
So what you're going to target here is the inside-outside approach with the slants, and then you also have that flat pattern as well. What Farls is saying, why we like the flat zone and the flat route by the fullback in that situation is because that flat route is going to pull down the flat defender, which should leave that slant out to the sideline wide open. As you can see, it did exactly that, wide open. Then you also have the crossing pattern over the middle of the field to your other receiver on the slant in, and then you also have a deep option downfield in the middle of the field in the seam to the tight end. So, I mean, keep in mind, guys, this is a play in a formation that's in every book. So this I'm just saying, this is one of a great tip. It's something that you could add right into your game tonight, right now. after you're going to watch Twim tonight, you can add it into your arsenal, and you're going to be able to use it effectively. I know there's a guy that sent me an email that said that he won his first game online today or yesterday running the halfback sting in combination with this play-action play.
One other option for play-action, a little scheme you could use is the Redskins have a play called PA read. So they have the read option, then they have PA read.
Yes.
It's the same motion, but I mean, yes, so if you're running the read option and then you want to turn it to a pass, that's kind of how I'd use it, just to make everything look the same. But and in general, just calling a play because it has play action, I wouldn't keep it. But if I see a route that I like on a play action play, don't feel like I can't use it because it's play action, just can't just block the halfback or put him on another route so that it cancels the play action on the play.
And I would say this is also a rule of thumb for play action. Farrell, show me the play action again here.
Alrighty.
Can you block the square tight end and block the fullback? If you're going to run play action, don't block the halfback. If you're going to run play action, make sure you have adequate pass protection. And what I mean by that is you're going to have. I'm blitzing 6 guys there, and I still got him. But what I'm saying is make sure that you lab it out.
I know they went through it and they looked at a lot of plays and said, you know, in the real NFL, when teams call play action, they're a lot of max protect situations. So they kind of went and adjusted some of the plays, and they did a good job with it. And they definitely, you know, the abort helps. But overall, for my scheme, I'm going to stay away from it unless unless I'm down in a run formation and they're run committing. And even then, I might still just quick pass. You know.
And make sure when you're going to run play action, make sure you run the play action off of a run you're using. Don't go in and run halfback dive, and then run a PA counter waggle. Who are you fooling? You know what I mean? So only use the play action in combination with the runs you're using. That's also a big tip.
Yeah.
I see a lot of guys, you're playing and you run, and then they go into like a single back ace and they run play action, and in my head I'm thinking, why would I fall for that? You haven't shown that you're going to run from that formation once.
A good example of that is Atlanta playbook last year we would run strong close, HB dive, counter weak, and the right stick to the right, and the quick toss. Okay. And but the play action fake was the weak, the HB dive weak. So got a real treat coming in for you guys right now. On the phone, we have the Virgin Gaming's first qualifier for the tournament. He's calling in to share some of his tips and talk a little bit about him qualifying for the tournament. So let's check out the phones. Are you there, Chubby LOC?
Yeah, hello. Hello?
All right, as we get him on the line, no worries. So if you are out there and you're playing in the Virgin Gaming qualifying and you're in the chat, put whatever round you're in if you're trying to qualify here in the Virgin Gaming system. All right, how's it?
Hello.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Doing good here.
All right, awesome. So on the line right now, as I mentioned, we have the first ever qualifier of the Virgin Gaming Challenge Series for this season. Can you talk a little bit about how fast you qualified? Did you just run right through your rounds? What was it like to be the first person? I mean, you hopped right on, right?
Yeah, so I'm supposed to the qualifiers, and I hopped on about 8 o'clock Pacific time. That's 11 o'clock East Coast time. So I hopped on there and I qualified in about 2 hours. I didn't finish any of my games. I finished them off before the fourth quarter, so I breezed through it pretty quick. So looks like I'm prepared for Vegas.
Absolutely. Wow. Now, what team were you going with? Did you maybe spend a week figuring a scheme out, or were you kind of still like learning the game at that point? What'd you go with?
Yeah, I'm still learning the game, but I had, a little scheme that I was working on and using in, like, the Virgin Gaming tournament. So I've been using the Indianapolis playbook, and it's been working pretty cool. I have a pretty nice I-form tight scheme, so that pretty much worked out for me. And defense is a little shaky, but, well, for me it is, because I consider myself like a top player, so it was kind of shaky for me, but it got me through the qualifier, so I guess I can be satisfied with that.
Absolutely. Chubb, got a question here for you. Now, you're one of the first qualifiers for the Virgin Gaming tournament on the PlayStation 3, and want to ask a question for you. Are you a run-first player, or are you a pass-first player? I know a lot of guys out there want to hear from an elite player. What type of offense do you run?
I'm usually a pass-first player, but like I said, I'm still getting used to the game. And the new quarterback passing system is a little different, and I throw a lot of picks this year so far. So I kind of run the ball out of an iPhone type scheme, and I kind of run and pass, just mix it up, try to milk the clock and keep the opponent on his toes by out-dribbling and stuff like that. So it's kind of a run first this year, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get to my passing later. So I'm just trying to, still be on the field for the game.
So definitely a key tip there is, he mentioned it. This year's game, he's still working on his overall package, but solid football stuff. He's getting down, as we mentioned in the guide. He's running the clock, he's running the ball, he's locking up a little bit on defense, and he's really just managing the game and doing a great job. How long have you been playing Madden, and how much of that, obviously you talked about the game change from year to year, but the actual managing of your timeouts, managing of, kicking when you win the coin toss, of not, throwing a pick when you're in field goal range, stuff like that. How much of that stuff carries over every year?
It carries over. It's a big, big part of the game. Like, usually you want to receive the ball, score first and stuff like that, but now when you play against, like, top guys, you have to play very smart because it could come down to the wire, like a 2-point game, 3-point game. Timeouts are critical, so you have to make sure you know what you're doing, make sure you pay attention to the clock, know when to run the ball, stuff like that. And, picking a team, like, maybe have a good running back if you like to run the ball, and, DBs if your opponent's a passer. Things like that are very critical, when you're playing against, like, Virgin Gaming Qualifiers and stuff like that, playing for a $400,000 tournaments and stuff like that. People are really going to know what they're doing, so you got to be prepared, and you got to come with, a smart game plan.
And I'm going to key in on one thing you said there, a $400,000 tournament that's going to happen in Las Vegas this year. A lot of guys are going to want to get to that level, want to be on your level. Can you give them one piece of advice, one thing that's going to help them win and get and qualify for the finals in Vegas?
Yeah, well, the tournament is February 9th, so all I can say is just practice, try to, don't play the bums and stuff like that. Try to win easy money or stuff like that. Try to play some top competition to see where you are, see what you need to work on so you can be ready when you get out there. And, you have a basis of, I need to work on my running, I need to work on my passing, my goal line offense sucks or something like that. So you just play, get a lot of games in, practice a lot, and just be ready, be confident, and play smart.
Well, thank you very much for coming on the show and giving off those tips, man. We really appreciate it. Congratulations, too, on being the first qualifier. Way to get out there and really take it to them. And we hope to maybe have you come on and play us in a game sometime soon.
Yeah, that would be an honor. Thanks a lot for having me on the show.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks
Take
a lot,
care.
guys. And so that is, you can follow him on Twitter at ChubbyLOC. A great guy, and he made a lot of good points right there about playing a consistent Madden game from year to year. Being the first qualifier, it's not like, I had 1,000 hours to play, and I got all those picks out of my system early by learning the new game, kind of how things were working out. But if you just get the game, and all of a sudden, you got to adjust, you got to be ready to continually do those things that are going to win, those things that we teach. He talked about playing the best.
I was just going to say that.
Talked about playing the best.
Taking the words right out. Right.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about that. I mean,
that's so important. We put it in the guide here. Top 5 ways to improve overnight?
Yeah.
Top 5 ways to improve overnight. It's no joke. You got to find the best competition. Play the best competition. We talked about it. How are you going to do that? Well, first of all, you can play games on the Virgin Gaming. PlayStation 3 in there. You got to get on that PlayStation 3.
That's tip number 5. Tip number 1, establish a power run game.
Play the best. And then we have use elite teams. That was a Zan tip a couple days ago.
Establish power run game.
Work on user control.
Practice. And work on user control. Practice. I guarantee you, he's not sitting there saying, "Well, I qualified. I'll just be where I need to be."
He's locking in right now.
He's practicing. He's continuing to refine. Maybe
he's got his beakers out. He's got his beakers out.
Stick with the MD playbook. He's been running the Spider 2Y banana. But is he going to switch it up? Maybe go Spider 3Y banana, Spider 4Y banana,
10 banana.
Who knows?
He's definitely got his lab coat on. He's got his beakers out. He's going to be in there practicing, working, playing the best competition. That's definitely a way to get better at this game.
So that's what it's all about. And if you want to play in the Virgin Gaming tournament and you want to try and qualify, if you bought your game at GameStop, you got a free code. And if you don't, or you need another free code because maybe you lost, because you can qualify. You can try and qualify as many times as you want. Go get some NOS.
You can buy as many NOS cans as you want.
Pound NOS. Like I said last week, buy a can of NOS. You get a free qualifier. Drink it, enter the code, play all night. So
until you win.
That's the way to go, realistically, is just probably stick with the NOS and just
just get wired up and just get locked in, just in the zone.
All right, next mailbag question here. What do we have? We have a question from
Nas Girls.
Chris. Chris, how do I shade coverage on PS3, and what are some situations that you recommend doing this? So here we are on PS3, and we have a question. So the controls, Gibbs, this is a cover 3 zone, as you can see, the deep zones. Talk a little about A, what the buttons are, and B, what exactly does it do?
So the buttons, if you don't have quick links on, you're going to want to press up on the D-pad. So up on the D-pad and then down on the right stick. So take a look at the safeties here, Farls. You're going to see, okay, they're all 3 guys in the deep second area are kind of, all those zones are overlapping. If you press up on the D-pad and up, now you're going to see they're shading out towards the sideline.
So it actually does make a difference.
Yes, so now that's shaded left.
Yep.
That's shaded right. And okay, I don't actually shade right or left. I don't do that. What I do is I do the following. I play a cover 3, and what I like to do a lot of times is I like to take the deep safety in the cover 3, and I like to use them up in the middle of the field. So,
but that leaves a pretty big gap.
That leaves a huge gap. So what I do to work around this is I hit coverage audible up, and I flick down on the right stick, and that's going to shade them closer together. It's more of a cover 2 style. We talked a lot about this last year. This is called an inverted cover 2, and the reason it's inverted is because if you're playing a standard cover 2, your deep safeties are playing the deep part of the field, right?
Yep.
But if you're playing an inverted cover 2, what's going to happen is you're going to have your cornerbacks near the sideline. They're going to be dropping back. So this is a great way to confuse your opponent, and they might read, oh, the safeties are dropping back. That must be a cover 3. But now you're playing cover 2. You have 2 flat zones out there.
Extra guy in the
box. So this is it's a good way to disguise your coverage and to kind of confuse your opponent. And also, don't forget, you're still leaving the deep part of the field uncovered. So you still do have a little bit of responsibility to drop back and play the deep part of the field if a route goes there. Make sure you hold ball hawk and make a big play.
Other thing you can do is with cover 4. If they're beating you in the seam, or you're making a cover 5, you can shade the safeties out towards the sideline and then drop a zone in the middle of the field. So
let's show
real
cover
quick
5.
Here, we'll jump in on the PS3. This is going to be a little bit of a look at a tip that we're going to have later. But cover 4.
Give me some gun spread.
So say I'm going to go, and also I'm going to go with the gun spread formation, and I'm going to look to hit you with the deep attack.
Okay, so this goes along with the idea of coverage defense. So we're taking the middle linebacker Lee here, and what we're going to do is drop him into a deep zone. He's going to drop to the deep middle part of the field, but of course that leaves the middle of the field open, and we don't want that. So you'd either I would recommend doing the following: drop both DNs into yellow zones, and then I would drop one of the defensive linemen into a spy, and then I would user control.
This is a good late in the half, or if they're really bombing you deep 4 verticals consistently.
So now you have a cover 5. And you're playing a lot of coverage.
So notice how the overlapping zones in the middle of the field there. If you want, you could shade the safeties out to the sideline.
And they just play
different, or you could jam them in the middle, depending on really where they're going and where they're attacking.
Guys, a lot of people are loving the seam user catch this year. So what's a good way to defend that? Call this cover 5 and shade your safeties in. You're going to have 3 guys in that seam area of the field.
Yeah.
Great way to defend against that.
And then the one other thing I would recommend on this tip is if we're going to move the ball over real quick to the side, you can shade towards the open side of the field. So maybe shade your safeties out to the right here. Just because if you think about it, especially if they're going to run like trips tight end or something like that.
How about be where they're targeting?
Yeah, wherever you think they're targeting or wherever they're stacked.
There's more open field over there too, right? I mean,
that's the key. I mean, that's the real big thing is that safety actually almost comes over all the way to the sideline. Right. So if there's more open side of the field, then obviously that's potentially where they're going to go. You got to just kind of manage the game. It's like nobody wants to run a toss to the short side of the field.
Right.
You want to have where there's some space and then the sideline's not a defender,
and guys,
less ground to cover.
We do this all the time with all of our zones. So if we're going to play a cover 3, I like to do a lot of times is take the deep safety that's in the yellow zone over here. So you see Church on the yellow zone. I drop him into a deep zone. Now you're going to see we have a cover 3, but we're going to have 4 deep safeties. So it's a pretty unique look you're giving your opponent. You still have the sidelines covered, and then you drop another yellow zone. You rush 3 guys at the quarterback. Farls goes snaps, throws here. He might think he has that right seam open after he gets his initial read, but now I have an extra guy in that area of the field. I mean, we love to confuse our opponent. Deception. It's all about deception. Throw something at your opponent they're not expecting to see. So you could do it out of a cover 2, Farls.
One more time to shade, you use triangle to bring up the coverage audible or up on the D-pad, and then you just move the right stick where you want the safeties to go. Right to the right, up, spread them. Down, shade them in. So it's really key there, or use Y on the Xbox. Another thing you can do, so we have one other question on reading the defense in this game. And we covered that on the first episode of This Week in Madden, but if you guys check out the YouTube page, which is youtube.com/PrimaGamesVideo, you'll be able to see the video that we did breaking down coverage. It's also posted on MaddenTips.com. So if you guys are new to this episode, we've broken down a lot of good questions already, a lot of good fundamentals, a lot of learning about this game, and all those stuff is highlighted for you, and it's already posted on MaddenTips.com. So you can check that out. You'll get you right at the speed. But it's definitely something you're going to want to learn and focus on in this year's game. So let's take a look at our next mailbag question, and we'll keep it moving here. We have another good question, I know, from Mike. I was playing as Denver, but I can't run the ball. Do you have any tips? And over here on Xbox, I'm going to crank up the controller, and I know I have a good question ready to go.
Queued up.
Let's see. All right, so how do you run the ball? I've been playing with Denver, and it has not been working. So I have actually the Pats playbook here. Willis McGahee on Monday night was an absolute beast. However, I'm going to take him out for Noshawn Moreno, who used to have a little bit better agility acceleration as a cutback runner. Doesn't quite have it. Hillman, I believe, has some speed, so maybe try working on some different things. Willis probably still be your power runner, but got to try something else. The key really would be to run plays. I'm going to try some single back ace for you.
I love the gun ace to run out of. Love it.
So the key with the Broncos in how they run it with Peyton now as their quarterback, this is how the Colts used to run it. They only run if it's to their advantage. A lot of teams just call run and hey, we can block it.
What does that mean, though?
They only run when they have the advantage. So let's take a look at what exactly we mean. How many defenders, or how many, offensive linemen do we have, including the tight ends? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. 5 linemen, 2 tight ends. Boom. How many people do you see right near the hash marks within a 5-yard box called the box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Redskins.
With 2 guys out wide.
I got 7 guys, and I got 5 linemen. Or I got 7 linemen, 5 guys. I'm running. I'm audible and down.
You're gonna win that every time.
You're going to consistently be able to block guys. Now, if those 3 guys are in the box,
if they're here,
if they're lined up where, in tight,
you might not want to do that.
Now, it's going to be on me to kind of make a lane here. I'm going to probably pass. I'm going to go with a quick pass, see if I can maybe beat one of these guys outside, and, see if hopefully X can get open.
Inside-outside approach. What Farls just did there is a good example of how you want to attack. If you see a formation like this, like if this is a dime formation, you see a split like this, we would recommend run the draw. If they're in like a 4-3 formation, you see the linebackers inside like this, run that quick stance and try and hit the tight ends as they break to the flat here. The idea is that you have the advantage of the angle here because those defenders are inside, snap, throw to those tight ends.
Just missed.
We'll do that one more time. So again, it's like just a quick snap throw. You got to work on that. That's all. So if they're inside, you just kind of snap and throw it to them because you have a beat to the flat on them. So if you threw that this time with Culver here, Culver's going to have a situation where he's getting in better position, and he probably will make a play on the ball there.
Gotcha. So we are going to keep looking at that. But so the Broncos, they really kind of count on the numbers game to break down what's going on. Overall, the Broncos playbook, I got to take another look at it, but the old Colts playbook was super challenging to run out of. They had a lot of good stretch. They had some stretch runs, which I've seen have some success in this year's game, but overall, if you're not counting it right and you're not really have your head straight and you're not reading the defense, you are gonna struggle to run in this year's game. So it's something that you want to check out. All right, next mailbag question here. Let's take a look and see what we have from Matt the Man 93. Great guy to have in the community and a guy who always joins us. Hey guys, what are some of the best quick pass formations in Madden 13?
Best quick pass, I'm a big fan right now. We take a look at PlayStation 3. I'm a big fan of tight shakes out of Baltimore right now. But in general, any under center formation, I mean, it goes as far as saying, like, if you have a single back ace, give me a single back ace, Farls. Single back ace, just show me that formation.
Let's see the goods here. Single back ace. So we were just in gun ace.
I'm going to say,
and now we are in single back ace. What is the difference?
It's just you're under center.
Correct.
That's the only difference. It's same alignment, same formation, just the quarterback's drop back.
This is what we were talking about in the chat a little bit earlier. Having the ability to use a little zig route to get some quick passes.
Yes.
Which is nice.
That's where I'm saying that's why, what's the best quick pass formation in the game? I think it could be any under center formation with a tight end. So in this situation, Farls, what I want you to do is I want you to just zig the tight ends.
Got it. Ooh, zig is to the outside. Let's do that.
Snap, throw to them. That is, you don't understand how effective that is.
Got it.
That's very effective.
You gotta like that.
You can be in any under center formation with a tight end. It does not matter. It does not matter. You're gonna be able to get a beat on them in the flat area. Snap throw, especially effective if they're going to be blitzing the living daylights out of you. So in this situation, we're going to send a heavy blitz. Farls is going to zig his tight end, snap throw, and typically you're going to it's unbumpable because it's a tight end. So that's another reason why we like it. So if they're 2 men under, they're still going to get an unbumpable read on you, which is really important.
Awesome. So yeah, there's a lot of good quick passing formations. Like we said, Gibbs has mentioned the tight ends quite a bit, and how successful you can have. We showed some earlier. Also, guys coming out of the backfield. I talked about this in the red zone. We have a tip video right now on MaddenTips.com about red zone passing. Just a simple streak or even the wheel route. If you can kind of just let them leak out, if they are user controlling somebody with the halfback,
right,
that's always an option to really kind of change things up. As we go full screen here on the PS3 for just 1 second, we're going to look at this quick pass here to the guy out of the backfield and see what happens.
All right, quick pass out of the backfield.
Throw me a flat route and show me the wheel and the flat and the difference between the two.
Here's a quick pass over here to McCoy. What we like a lot about the backfield is, especially if you have like a screen pattern, what I like a lot about screens as quick pass options is that they're able to hit the flat hard. I'm going to show you. I want to go find the actual screen pattern here.
Another great quick pass to beat zone blitzes. So a couple reasons you quick pass. One, just to kind of have them settle back. 2, to beat heavy pressure. Quick pass, as you guys might know, is one of our 5 sets for success. It's something that we always like to have from one formation. So play like the bunch is a good one, or play, really the difference.
So here's what I was talking about to the flat. You have that quick pass to the flat. Here's that screen pattern. As you can see, boy, oh boy, with one juke at Tampa Peninsula, you're off to the races with LaShawn McCoy, and you're able to get a phenomenal result out of that little quick screen pass. It was a wide receiver screen. We makeshift and threw it to the halfback, which is just awesome.
Cool.
Works really well.
All right, here we go. Next mailbag question. Let's see what we got. There is some really good stuff going on. So, from Solicious Soul. I think that's a Soul. I think the 5. Yeah. I'm not fluent in gamer speak, but I'm working on it.
It's like Leet. It's like if you had the word Leet there with the 7.
Okay, so Solicious Soul, Jay. He's been having some problems against some tight man coverage. What are some of the best ways to beat man coverage defense? Guys,
just showed you one there.
So if you guys are new to this year's game, man coverage is more prevalent. It's Madden 11, there was a lot of man coverage. Madden 12, definitely I'd say some more zone. This year, it's a lot about man coverage. You have to obviously mix it up, but you can disguise better is key. And playing some good man-to-man is really going to improve your game.
Right.
A lot of newer players are nervous to play man-to-man. We talked to Robert Flores from ESPN last week. He's nervous to kind of play zone. He kind of like to keep everything in front of him. I think man's going to help you this year, though.
It is, and I understand why it's petrifying.
It completely makes sense.
It makes sense. Because here's why. Here's why. When you take a look at the screen, what do you have more confidence in? 2 man under or cover 3?
Because it looks better.
There's so many more colors on the screen.
Yeah.
So it looks like the whole field is defended against. So that's why zone feels better. Zone feels like it's a better coverage because you see, okay, that area is defended against, that area is defended against. Where are they going to throw? Man to man, you rely on the players in the game to have the ability to cover the guys running certain routes. So that's a psyche thing. You just got to get over that.
So I'm going to come out in some 2 man under, and we're going to just spread it out and show you what we think these are some great man beating routes. So 2 man unders probably what you're seeing. We have some nice routes to the in the slot that can beat it. One thing we like to do is put the fade out there, kind of motion it out, and hopefully you can get some mixed up action. It's underneath enough that the safety here, who's in deep coverage, isn't going to really be getting down on the play. And if you cut it up with a guy like LaShawn McCoy, who we have here, you guys have seen the cuts he makes. They're out of control. So we get a nice cut inside, and with the pass lead is a great way to beat man-to-man coverage. I'm going to actually even say that you can also throw some slants this year. Slants are a little more tough, but if you work them with a zig route,
yeah,
it's going to be something that can help too. So a zig to Macklin and a nice slant over the middle, kind of using this combination that we showed a little bit earlier. Can we get a wide open X? And that's 2-man under. So
I love zigs.
That's something that you're going to use. You got to really pay attention, though, if they are kind of setting up pressure and maybe going to go to a zone blitz, because then you got to get the ball out fast. If they have, you know, something coming off the edge, you're going to want to get that going. But Curl, like you said, he brings it one side, he drops it another way. So now all of a sudden you're playing the cat and mouse mind games. It's good stuff, though. Some other good man-beating routes in Madden NFL 13. You like the fade to beat man on the outside or no?
Not to beat man. I like it. I like how we just showed it to McCoy. I think that's the best, most consistent way, and it's going to frustrate your opponent. What happens a lot is the following.
See what other playbook
you have to usually control that motion route so much, and then you can hit them on those outs.
And I don't think we can ever get away from snugs to beat man-to-man.
Right.
It's just something
Here's
that
something simple.
Giant seams?
Yeah. Something very simple.
Just something that we've always used to beat man-to-man, the compressed sets.
Fade both outside guys.
Okay.
And then just slant in Jackson and Macklin. Doesn't get it much easier than that.
Ooh. So here's how this is going to look.
It doesn't.
Oh my gosh, triangle. It's open for a mile.
You're just looking at the crossing patterns, and what you're looking for is, again, it's a compressed set. You're looking for guys to run into each other. That's the point of a compressed set.
It's going to happen. I mean, naturally, there's 6 defenders in one small area, and they're all and none of them know where they're going, and so you got to kind of make a correct read. I have one more good man-beating play for you guys right here. Something that I like to use. It's a specific angle that kind of works in a good way. Also, the starter guide for Arizona, which is 40% off, has some other good man-beaters in it. A great formation. But if we're going snugs, we are going to use the bench concept to take down some man-to-man.
I see. I know exactly what you're going.
So a little 2-man under here, or you know, and basically the routes to Macklin and Jackson are going to be the ones that are going to beat man. There's certain formations where, you know, right now Macklin and Jackson are the guys on the line of scrimmage, but otherwise sometimes, you know, there's formations where they're back and flex. So there's multiple ways. There's bench switch where, you know, circle and square are actually going to be on these routes on the outside. So it all depends on really what you want, but see how hard that cut was? I threw a hard down lead bullet pass to the outside. I did have some separation.
There it is.
Look at that.
It crushes man.
You basically want to. I'm going to get out so we can check a replay real quick. But this route right here, it's this specific cut that really seems to work. Usually we use bench and bench swap to beat zone, but this year you got to love it with the pass lead to really beat some man-to-man coverage here. You know, these defenders get inside on your route, so look at that cut, sharp, and
it helps to have Macklin there and Deshaun Jackson.
So look where he catches this. I'm going to say 40-yard line, right? I'm going to throw this with no pass lead.
Okay.
It should still get open, but it could be more dangerous.
Oh, I run committed there, but I run
45-yard line.
I run committed.
Okay, we'll try it again.
That was my fault.
I was just more saying, though, watch where Macklin will actually just catch it.
That guy's
he's catching at the 35.
So there's a difference.
So there's a 5-yard window that pass lead can make a difference in your game. And I think that pass gets picked if I don't lead that. Whereas when I just threw it there, he actually the defender did get a good break on the ball this time. And look at it, flattens it out, comes back to it. It's going to beat man-to-man for you.
TCP.
So that's 3 different ways to beat some man-to-man, from some spread, from some tight, and it's going to really work. You got to learn how to beat it. You got to get confident. And if they ever bring these safeties down, guys, I know a lot of people are playing 2-man under. So guys are saying, well, I don't really want to go deep because that's not great. But
something simple as an out route, zig pattern.
If they do bring the safety down, you got to pay attention.
Like this.
Because so usually they're in 2-man under, but all of a sudden if that guy gets away,
you gotta like your chances with, you know.
Gotta take your chance with a guy like Deshaun Jackson.
Get legs.
And take
your
a ball.
Take your shots.
Cool.
Take your chance.
All right, guys. Let's stick with that and see
next mailbag.
What else we have here from the mailbag. We have one. All right, so it's that time of the night, guys. Our Virgin Gaming tip of the week. It was submitted by Obi-Wan1. He wants to know what is the best way to keep very fast receivers from getting behind the defense and the safeties. Last year, we used a lot of cover 4, as we showed with the deep corner defense. But this year, can anything be done if your CBs and your safeties are not fast enough? So a perfect question here to look at on the Sony PlayStation 3. We have a great formation, as I just showed, like snugs or spread. What happens when Deshaun Jackson gets matched up on Mike Jenkins in the slot? Can he hang with him this year? And what are some tactics you can use to slow that guy down?
We always I like to have a man press situation if you can press them. So that's one thing I like to key on. The other part I like to key on is making sure you have guys deep. You mentioned last year called cover 4. There's a reason we called cover 4. Cover 4 helps protect the deep part of the field. What you want to do in this situation, I'd like to just take like a simple 2-man under, and I like to take it and turn it into a 3-man deep situation. Now you're going to be rushing 3 guys after the quarterback. Maybe you're going to just drop 1 into a spy and then 1 into an extra zone, and then usually control the guy covering the halfback. I like having a 2-man under approach with 1 extra deep defender splitting the deep middle part of the field.
All right.
So if he goes deep, I have a situation where I can, if you're going down the deep seam part of the field, I have a situation where I can make sure that I feel confident in targeting my defense and stopping this deep pattern here to Jeremy Maclin. So you have the deep safeties, and now you can see I have a lot of guys there.
So I tried to pull the right safety. So if this was 2-man under, I'm hoping that Riley Cooper on the far outside right can draw attention, as he does a little bit. But as we see, Sean Lee is getting deep. Sean Lee's an elite player, very good speed. Didn't have great block shed against Golden Tate, but that's another side of the story. Did
not.
And here we have to kind of lead it away from Lee, and the other player now comes into play as Cooper gets deep. You have to get Cooper deep, otherwise that safety's going to stay up and defend Maclin. So
what can happen if you didn't have Lee there is, I know you guys have, this has probably happened to a lot of you right now this year. You called 2-man under, you felt confident, you thought your defense was in a great situation, they threw an inside pass lead, clicked on, and your man defender got roasted over the middle of the field. If you drop a defender over that deep middle like we just did there, create a 2-man under, a 3-man under, if you will, shell, you should be able to have great success.
And where we're getting this extra defender from is we have a 3-down lineman instead of the classic 4-down dime look.
From quarters.
We are having an extra guy here in quarters. Maybe they forgot how to bump Deshaun Jackson. If it's a specific guy, if they're playing with the Bears, they only have Hester.
Right.
You can stand in front of Jackson if he's not going to be pressed. You know you're getting a press here for most of the guys, but maybe in the slot.
Chuck them. And then you try and ball hawk there.
But you're not beating him deep is the key. You don't want Deshaun Jackson. You don't want your speed guys making those type of catches. You want your Colstons and your Grahams making those catches.
You should place them on a streak.
Yeah.
So here's Deshaun Jackson on a streak pattern going deep. You press him, slow him down. Hopefully your rush gets there. And as you can see,
took a hit.
Took a hit. Deep. And look how many guys are in the middle of the field there. So that's the idea, is you have 1 extra defender to defend that middle part of the field. I'm a big fan of, well, that's where a lot of guys are targeting this year on the offense side of the ball, is even if you're playing 2-man under, they're sneaking in that lead pass in the middle of the field. Well, if you drop an extra defender deep into that middle part of the field and play a 3-man under, you should have better success stopping all those deep seam routes.
And using the cover 4 with the extra man deep in the middle, and then playing short
5, right,
is a good way to go. So if you are playing with one of the teams that has some slower secondary players, don't be afraid. You can still lock up against the deep routes this year, specifically against the spread and the snugs attacks that you're going to see guys like using the Eagles and are really going deep. But it should not be a problem this year with plenty of 2-man under and a couple of the adjustments we just showed you. That's your Virgin Gaming tip of the week. Guys, we have a couple more lightning round action. If you want to call in, the number is 508-318-TWIM or 508-318-8946. We'll take the first caller. Chance to win a playbook here on This Week in Madden.
Fellas.
Let's see who we have on the line. Carolina boy, to user bump Jackson, simply stand in front of him and use R1 or RB on PlayStation. Hello, caller. Welcome to the lightning round. Who do we have?
Hey, what's up, guys? Jedi Capricorn.
Yes! Yay! All right, we have long-time...
Star Wars Madden nerd.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes, Jedi is once again the best YouTube video poster and my favorite New York Giants fan.
My least
other
favorite.
Than my dad.
You're my least favorite.
You're higher than my brother, but you're not higher than my dad. But you're still pretty.
Thank you very much.
That's still pretty good.
I don't like any Giants fans.
Okay, here we go. First, guy on the lightning round we have this week. I think he's the leading rusher in the NFL. What is C.J. Spiller's speed?
DJ Stiller's speed? I'm going to guess he's a 91.
No.
95. I mean, I don't think you average 10 yards a carry with only 91. Okay, here we go. This guy is not playing tomorrow night, unfortunately, but he is the NFC Player of the Week. Hakeem Nicks. What's Hakeem Nicks' release rating? How does he get off the press? What's his rating?
He's a giant, so I should know this, but I'm probably going to mess it up and get it wrong. But I'm going to say 88.
Oh, that's his number, but he's a 98 at getting off the press, as Aqib Talib found out last week. That's why he was holding him all game long. All right, here we go. Next guy on the list, Reggie Bush. What's Reggie Bush's elusive rating?
Elusiveness, 85.
94. They brought Reggie back up a little bit. He was dogged for a little while. They kind of brought him down, but he's been a beast this week, too. I think he put up 30 points. Of course, that means he was playing against me in fantasy. Here we go. Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan in the Georgia Dome. What is his deep accuracy rating?
Let's go with deep throw. I don't think he's going to be that good. I think he's going to be mid-80s somewhere. So let's go with an 84.
He is definitely not good, but he's only a 71, and that is the not good. I think maybe after these first 2 weeks he's had, it could get looked at again, but definitely not a strength for him. I know he has great short and medium, but I don't know. Maybe he's still penalized for that interception in the playoff game a couple years ago on the sideline. All right, here we go. Last guy on the list, Jetty. If you nail this one, you're a winner.
You're a winner anyway.
If you nail this one, you're a winner. Vernon Davis, what is his speed rating?
90.
Jedi!
Wow!
So Jedi,
Jedi,
I think it can't get much worse. You come back and totally redeem yourself, and you win the lightning round on This Week in Madden. Thanks for calling in, man. We love having you around on the forums, and thanks for always being there.
Outstanding, man. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Jetty.
So Jetty is a winner. If you want to call in, we're going to have one more real quick. It's 508-318-8946.
It's in the chat. Boom. Boom. Again. Call that number, Ballard. Oh, Ballard. Cody wants to call in.
He's trying to get
Cody
in.
Cody's a baller. Played him yesterday. Solid player.
Jedi Capricorn.
Ballard's a baller, man.
Ballard's a ball player. That's what I hear.
He's a solid player.
You got it. All right. Do we have a caller on the line? Yeah. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to This Week in Madden. How you doing?
All right, we're going to have to take a next new caller.
All right.
New caller.
One more shot here.
One more shot.
And then lastly, so when I said... Do we have a caller on the line?
No.
All right, no worries.
Call that number.
So when I said Jedi Capricorn was a great YouTuber, it's not his videos per se. He's great at posting pump-up videos.
So many
about the Giants, some AC/DC music videos. Got some good taste in music.
Some videos I just never have seen before.
Hello, caller. Welcome to This Week in Madden. Who do we have?
Dream Killers.
Oh, Dream.
We got Dream. Dream's a ball player here. He balls out with the Cowboys, and he's ready to take on the lightning round.
We got Dream Killers.
All right. You ready to lock up? All right. Make sure you're just talking through your phone, not watching the stream. But here we go. Let's take a look at the first guy on the list. Who do we have? We have William Moore, safety for the Falcons overall.
Can you say that one more time?
William Moore, safety for the Falcons.
Shoot.
He had a good game.
88.
83.
No idea.
But I feel like he is going to get a boost. He had a great game, broke up a nice pass in the end zone. I think he had a pick too. All right, Danny Amendola. Danny Amendola catch rating.
Wow. Oh, man. 88.
Yes!
Wow.
There you go, Dream.
Yeah.
He had like 12 catches before half, so he's pretty studly. Next guy on the list, we have Ryan Williams, running back. What's his carry rating?
Ooh, that one hurts.
Giving me all these tough ones, man. I don't even know who's he played for.
Arizona.
He fumbled.
He fumbled in the Patriots game.
Oh, my God. All right. Then 77.
Wow.
75, you're right on it. Next guy on the list.
Oh, this one hurts.
Steven Gostowski. Steven Gostowski, kick accuracy rating.
Oh.
97.
It hurts.
92. And in
hurts.
fact, it might even be a 91 after next week. Because he bricked.
Yeah.
He hit 4, though.
Last guy on the list, Eric Wright. He took back one to the house on the man. What's his speed rating, Eric Wright, corner?
92.
89.
Wow.
89. I'm going to say you were a winner on the lightning round.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Always a winner for Dream, who called in. A guy who's got a great offense.
He's phenomenal.
So a good
great
overall
offense.
player.
Under center.
And always a great guy to have around
Thanks for having
hanging
me,
on
man.
Madden Tips. Thanks for calling in, man, and we'll get you that playbook.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Cool.
Okay.
So as we looked at that lightning round, we saw
Gostkowski.
Steven Gostkowski. We saw
You chose that
Ryan
one.
Williams.
That one hurts.
That was my lightning round.
I did the first lightning round. We don't tell each other the lightning round we do just because we try and mess with each other.
Hey,
But
let's see if the other guy knows.
God, that would hurt.
That one hurts. If you guys saw the Pats game and you think Steven Gostkowski bricked that field goal, let me get a 1.
He definitely bricked it. It was no doubt about it. That game was given to us. We should have won that game.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
Nope.
Oh, yep, a lot of fans agree. Oh my God. Yes, this makes me
it's
so
going
happy.
nuts.
I smile just a little bit bigger every time everybody types a 1. It's beautiful. All right, let's take one quick question from Hot Gamer in the chat and see if he has a good question. Also, G Mixon. G Mixon, try starting with the pass balanced offensive playbook, and you should be able to get the custom book going. Hot Gamer, let's see what we got.
Yeah, make sure you start with pass balanced, and you should be able to set those audibles for the custom playbook.
Speed kills. Help with the option offense. If you check out the easports.com/game changers, I got a tip on there on running the option with Cam Newton, which I bet will be posted tomorrow when the Giants take on the Panthers. I really wish the guide had. I really wish the Giants had more time to prepare for Cam Newton.
Yeah?
I really wish they had more than 3 days.
Worried?
I wish they had Hakeem Nicks and Ahmad Bradshaw. But guess who we beat last year without Hakeem Nicks and Ahmad Bradshaw?
Who?
The Patriots in Foxborough.
And you also beat them
Boom.
with them.
And then we beat them with them, so it doesn't really matter.
So we have a special game of the week tonight. Do we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Special?
One other question. So the Rams for Hot Gamer, do you have any chance in winning?
That's going to be tough. I mean, you got a workhorse. You have Isaiah P. You get a little bit of speed to bring to the offense. You got Jackson. Of course, Sam Bradford. You have Amendola. He's got good hands. But, yeah, you can win with him.
We'll have to look at the depth chart and email
Don't bring them to a big tournament. If you're playing in the Virgin Gaming tournament for $400,000, you're not bringing the Rams to the table, even if they're your favorite team.
Good
you
CCM team, good team to build with, I'd say. Maybe a fun team to win some games online
Don't try
if you're ranking up.
them,
but, yeah, don't go to war with them.
Absolutely.
Alrighty here. We're about to take some questions. I'm going to look at my Twitter, @MaddenBible, see if I have any questions. Other ones we want to answer. I think Cody might have sent over a question.
Cody?
Let's see what we got.
He did. I think he... hot routes. What hot routes do you use out of the single back deuce wing for the Patriots playbook? That's a formation. We work the inside-outside approach that we were talking about from gun ace, but from that single back deuce wing formation. The curls are going to give because they're offset, they're off the line of scrimmage, they get a good beat on those flat patterns upfield, so you can snap throw those, and then also combine that with zig routes, both tight ends. It's a snap throw, good under center quick pass.
Good question from Michael Hewlett. Always ask good questions. 5-2 defense. Let's check out the PS3 real quick here. So 5-2D, Gibbs. How can you beat it? I would like to explain with the down lineman that one of those linemen is either not always rushing, or if they are, you're essentially, I know we might not have it, but we can maybe makeshift this. You got to figure out where it's coming from, and then they're either dropping the backside or they're missing a guy. It's always cover one. There's really not any good two-man under. If there's two-man under, they're always going to be missing the halfback or the least
There is no two-man under from the 5-2. So we don't have the actual 5-2 that you're going to find in playbooks like Detroit, Tampa Bay, things like that. But this is a goal line formation, puts 5 guys on the line of scrimmage. And one thing you want to notice right away with the D line at a 5-2 is there's less defenders in the secondary, less players to play into coverage. So typically the deeper part of the field is going to be weaker in formations that have more guys on the line of scrimmage or on that D line. So you want to try maybe think and consider going downfield against those formations, because if they do want to drop and play like a cover 4 or something like that, it's coming from a linebacker, it's coming from a DN dropping into that deep zone. So those are things you want to consider, think about. You probably don't want to rush, run against like a halfback draw against the 5-2 formation, mainly because if I ran a halfback draw here, you have 5 guys on the line of scrimmage. If they all engage, and then you have a middle linebacker, there's no one to block him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just simple math.
Same thing, cover 3. If they're blitzing on the lineman, they're not going to have a flat. So they're going to be missing a flat zone. I like it a lot. A good question from Cody wants to know about some blitzing that happened yesterday, but that's going to be coming up in a later guide. Yeah. Blaine wants to know, how would you stop deep corner routes? Purples work sometimes, but they often go down to cover a shorter route.
The corner routes, I mean...
Try this, cover 2 sink.
Yes.
Let's take a look at cover 2 sink. So the purple zones, buzz zones, will get sucked down by a flat route this year. Hopefully they stay a little bit back, but if your opponent is kind of really throwing some stuff at you, they can definitely get caught up. I believe Empty Giant will have some nice corner routes. Cover 2, these yellow routes, guys, they're so versatile. I think we really only think of them as being able to, work against certain things, maybe back them up. But
the short area part of the field.
Yeah, we think they can only really go over the middle of the field. Like, look how deep.
They were right there.
That was great time.
That
yeah, look how deep. Look how deep this route gets. He's all of a sudden up in the guy's face. You're thinking it's 2-man under. But look how deep this yellow gets.
Really like cover 2 sink this year.
I mean, he's waiting, and hopefully,
this
is 2 yellows right here. Both of them are actually going to play the deep corner. So maybe do a yellow and then a purple from the inside. Maybe combo the 2 things. Or the other thing you can do, put Skandrick on a flat zone.
Yep.
And put the outside guy on a buzz zone in the purple.
No, the buzz zone would still drop.
He would still drop.
So that's why you want the yellow.
So you need the yellow. So that's another. I was hoping that would be a workaround, saying the purple would say, okay.
You want this workaround right here, I think. The flat zone in combination with that yellow zone. The yellow zone is going to drop back in that area of the field. As you see, it gets down there.
And you got to
almost made a play on the ball.
Oh no! I mean, you'd like to throw that underneath. So definitely some good. I think cover 2 sink is way more versatile than a lot of people think.
It's better than you think it is. Just don't fall in love too much with it.
And
don't fall too much in love with it.
And don't only 4 verticals will crush it, potentially. If you don't get that deep safety back enough. If you are going to call cover 2 sink, and you're used to using a linebacker over the middle of the field in yellow, as we teach, with cover 3,
yep.
Do not get short.
Right.
This is the key. This is maybe the biggest difference. It's big. So if you're in cover 2 sink, the sink is Lee getting back and playing that deep spot.
Right.
But if you go to cover 3 real quick, with Lee you don't have to get back there because you have a safety going there.
Right.
So you're used to using Lee, and the whole world is right in the middle. But now if you're Lee and you're using where you are in cover 3,
right, you're
in trouble if they throw deep in the way that can be.
He's set to play further deep. You can see it that his yellow zone plays a little deeper there than all the other yellow zones.
Yeah.
One thing you might want to do is do this. Put him on a deep blue and then just move him all the way up in the middle of the field like this. Just move him closer to the line of scrimmage, and then at the snap of the ball, he'll play the short middle of the field, and then you're kind of looking for him to drop deep into the deep secondary here. So he's going to recover shallow, and then he drops deep, as you can see, keeping everything in front of him. So that's another idea. If you want to make your cover 2 sink a little bit more versatile, you drop the middle linebacker into that yellow zone, into that deep zone here, and then drop another zone in its place, and then now you're ready to go. So now you have a cover 3 style. Protect the sidelines, as you can see. There's the cover 2 sink beating that corner zone, or that corner route.
Won't get sucked down. Okay. That's about it for right now. Just a quick reminder, we do have a coupon that's only valid to the end of this show, so another hour or so.
TWIM40.
TWIM40 will get you 40% off the e-guides on MaddenTips.com. So definitely something worth checking out. A ton of content there. And as we mentioned, we got a bunch of more stuff coming out soon. So NY Giants Maniac, shout out in the chat. If you guys hopefully can head into the chat, we got great guys going on.
Millie's in the chat. Militant.
And quick reminder, so the game of the week, if you're new, is we play a 1-hour game of the week every week. and you can actually qualify to actually show your game on there. You can play. You can play in the Game of the Week, and all you got to do is sign up at the Virgin Gaming qualifying tournaments. Those go live, Friday. We'll post the link to get in. So you want to sign right up. They usually take place Saturday around 3 o'clock Eastern, noon Pacific. You win that, you get a chance on the show. So we're playing one guy on PS3. Talk to him, seems great, but know nothing about his game. He's going to take on SGibs, and we hope to see some of that action coming up in just a minute. I got to find my guy on Xbox. I got his gamer tag, but I'm hoping he hops on and we can play our game too. So some good matchups coming, and thanks a lot for the tips. I'll get to the chat, and we'll definitely do some more.
And that's my opponent. I'm playing the boy EB.
I'm playing Mo Moody.
He won the PS3 challenge for the Game of the Week challenge with the Virgin, and then Mo Moody won the 360 side of things. So we are about to lock up with these gentlemen.
All right, boys. It is time for the Game of the Week. We're going to take a 5-minute break real quick and just set up the other set, and we will be ready to go and play some Madden 13 Game of the Week action when we get back. Time to lock up. Game of the Week style coming up next. right, guys, we're back here on the Game of the Week. Talking in the chat here on the livestream.EA Sports page, livestream.com. And I got a good question from Birdman to King. What is my mindset when I'm going into a game? You know, right now I'm going to try and just execute my offense. Got to see what my opponent's going to do. You know, never really certain what he's going to come out with. So basically, like we talked about a little earlier, dropping some guys back on defense, trying to feel them out, make a play, and then go from there. But I'm going to try and execute my spread.
There you go. Now you should hear us.
I should. My mic should already be going, but yeah. So really going to try and execute my spread scheme. I've had some doubts with it recently. Gibbs is filling my head with doubts, telling me that I'm not as good as I think I am, which is very interesting. So we'll see. I'm going to try and not get, you know, scared to throw the outside I've been having success with, and just making my reads. I was very patient earlier, but actually played a good game against Chief, and he took me down. So getting that loss out of the way was big. Because
I avenged your loss. And
Gibbs was able to avenge my loss. Just being patient. I got a new run defense. That's one thing that cost me in that game. So I'll be ready to lock up against the run if it comes to that. And just kind of executing my game plan, keeping guys in place. I know that doesn't sound like much, but I really do have some new plays that I want to work on. You know, maybe I don't. I wonder if I'm going to have to use them as much as, you know, I'm thinking. But we'll see where it goes. Obviously, these guys are good players if they won the Virgin Gaming Qualifying tournaments to get in. So that's another thing that we're going to have to look at.
They ran the gauntlet.
All right. So we're just looking to get our guys in the game to lock up. And I'm going to actually say...
I'm going rogue.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you going to go run?
I'm running something different.
Really?
Yeah, you know me. I just keep changing things up until I find something I feel good in.
If you want to play on Xbox, just in case we don't actually get our matchup, for me, if you guys want to meet in the lobby room under Giants Lobby, meet in the Giants Lobby, let me know, and I'll possibly take on just a random person if we can't get our lock-up game going on. But I know Gibbs' opponent is around, so... hop on Xbox and I'll choose maybe another random opponent. It's tough.
Yeah?
It's tough to, you know, it's tough to play a guy you don't quite know. Gibbs went, if you don't know, SGibs did go rogue in week 1. He took out a new playbook and didn't have much success against me.
Shouldn't have done that.
But it was something that I kind of knew. Gibbs' opponent is, in fact, in the game. He's going to take on those Baltimore Ravens, I believe. And we should be good to lock up here on PS3 side in just a short second.
He's taking the Ravens. I'm taking the Patriots. We have a Sunday night battle here.
Sunday night football matchup. Is he going to reveal his playbook in advanced settings or no?
What?
Is he going to? Do you want to see his playbook in advanced settings? You're hoping you get to see what he's going to be running.
You always want to see that.
Or you're going to figure it out,
yeah.
I think. All right, so we are about to lock up here on PlayStation 3. SGibs taking on DeBoy EB. SGibs with the Pats. DeBoy EB with the Ravens. He won the Virgin Gaming Qualifier, so he's no joke. He's going to be looking to get a victory here, and let's see what happens. I might just narrate SGibs. You know why?
Why?
Because if SGibs goes rogue against a good player, there is no way he can win.
Me?
And I don't mean to put down Wolfman, but you can go rogue against Wolfman all day and try out new stuff.
Yeah?
You can go rogue against some of these guys.
Chief?
But I don't think you can go rogue against a guy like DeBoy EB.
I went rogue today. I played well. Played Dream earlier. Went well.
True. True. We did have a good matchup. So here we go. Over on the PS3 here. Let's watch SGibs ball out for a little bit. And I'm going to let some guys hop into the Xbox lobby of the Giants. Giants online Xbox lobby, and I'll choose a random.
Uh-oh, Jeff Dem's time. What's the number 1 rule?
Don't kick it to Jeff Demps. So if you guys out there don't know, Gibbs likes to use Jeff Demps. I'm going to kind of narrate what I'm seeing from SGibs as things go. Gibbs likes the Demps, and he cuts it up, and he was 1 block from the house. So that was pretty good.
Mr. Jeffrey Demps.
That was pretty good right there for Gibbs. Gibbs looks like he's in the single back wide trips here. He's going to put Demps in the game, and let's see what he can come out with.
Jay Demps, Jay Deasy. That's why you go out and get a Jeff Demps, 98 speed. Ferrari.
Look out, blitz. The quarterback
From NY Giants Maniac, are the Giants a competitive team in tournaments? Yes, they have the defensive line. Eli has great deep accuracy. And we had a little sack lunch. SGibs on his first play calls a play to beat the blitz, but doesn't beat the blitz. That's like stepping in the ring with a game plan, just getting punched right in the nose.
I'm already going rogue.
And not expecting it. He's going to call the same play again, and the guy's going to do a great job getting his guys out there with the Ravens. And Jeff Demps.
That's why you get a Ferrari.
So, what should have been maybe a 3rd and 8 turns into a 3rd and 2, and now we're going to see SGibs in these legendary quick passes he says he's so known for.
No, not with this offense.
Yes.
Well, he constantly works on it.
All right, Gibbs in 3rd and 2, gonna check out the Baltimore playbook.
Satisfied? Well, when you go out there and you can be perfect, then you're going
Or, excuse me, the Giant playbook. And let's see what Gibbs goes with. He's going to put Lloyd on an out. His defender does it.
Jeff Demps.
Did a great job clicking on. Almost made a play. He had Lloyd looked like to the right open. But we shall see here.
That's why you get a Ferrari.
And he's definitely crowding the line. Blitz gets in, but Gibbs able to dump it out, and Demps makes a cut.
That's why you get a Ferrari.
Here's the thing with the Ferrari, though. They take dings when they continue to take hits like that. I'm going to like to see Gibbs cover up, park, a couple parking spaces away from other cars, for sure.
After the pass play, gain 7, 2nd and 3 on the way. The quarterback's hollering out instructions.
And Gibbs is going to get a nice short gain to Lloyd. Just a good patient read.
What I saw there was that the safety was back, or the DB was back.
DB was back. We saw it earlier, which was good. And something nice here.
Bum, bum, bum. Let's go. Let's go.
We are going to go
some heavy pressure.
We are going to go split screen in a little bit. I'm just letting my community fill up, my lobby room. People are like, why is the Giants lobby crazy?
So what I see here is I see that down line falls.
So he sees the down lineman, and what he's going to do is run the draw.
That was a bad job, honestly. Honestly, that was not. Don't replicate that.
9 people in the Giants lobby. Looks like 10.
You're basically
10 now.
We're tougher than you are, and we're just going to come right at you.
That's not good.
Fumble?
That's what just happened.
Wow. I'm going to go random.org to work on that. 3rd and 22 here for Gibbs.
The quarterback has his team's attention here.
And let's see what we come up with. 1 through 10. Generate. 8. I think I might have just picked myself. No, I didn't. I picked speed kills.
Looking at every option.
Invite the game. Gibbs, playmakering. Got to make a play.
Oh!
Drops the ball. Brandon Lloyd dropping a deep pass. Wow. Where have I seen that? Oh, really? So Gibbs was very patient. Obviously, his opponent playing some good coverage defense there.
That sack hurt.
Unable to lock up. I got an 8. I'm taking on speed kills. And
99 punts. Settle.
Tough break.
Tough break, Johnny.
So we got Pats Packers here on the other screen. We'll keep it full screen here. Gibbs is in a good battle. We'll see if my game gets interesting first before we check it out. But let's see what happens.
Offense lines up here. The wide receiver shifting around in motion.
Little counter. Our favorite run from last year. He might have had a chance if he had broken it out just a little more outside to really pick up some yards and do some damage there. Gibbs will have some run D for that, though. We fortunately looked into that earlier, which will be nice.
Toss.
No, run. Nice crossing pattern to Bolden. Picks up some yards, and it's a nice game. All right, a big 3rd and 1 here early in the game. We'll see what he has for his quick passes. Gibbs had a 3rd and 2 last week.
Okay, so he's going goal line.
Third and 1. I hope it's not a... Uh-oh. It's going to Gibbs in his run defense, I believe. And he locks up on 3rd and 1 for a 4th and 1. Is he going to hurry up? Is he going to punt? I think you got to watch a potential fake. It's also potentially the end of the first quarter over there. So we'll see what happens. Big play.
I mean,
he's going to go for it in goal line. I respect that. But I just think he's got to be careful, too.
Not sure why they're going to go for it at this point, but they are.
All right, another motion here from the...
in motion.
He runs the...
Nothing like seeing a
you're going to QB sneak. You got it.
If you're in the chat, give me a 1 if you like the QB sneak on inches this year, and a 2 if you don't like it on inches this year. I dislike the QB sneak this season. I just don't think it's as... Bucknut's with me. Carolina Boy likes it. I don't know how good it is this year. I think with having to get that push with physics this year, I don't know if I've been converting at such a high clip. Here we are. Gibbs. So it's still just a first down. And a pump fake here from Flacco. Throws to the corner. Mayo almost picks it up. And we'll stay here on the PS reaction as there's good drives going on. I'm going to start my game, guys, but don't worry about me. I'll let you know every time I score. You'll hear me squeal. But I think Gibbs is in a great battle.
I am in a battle.
So Gibbs making some subs on D. He likes to use the RB package to try to change up what he sees and stuff like that. So always a good option.
Here's the first snap after the big play.
Gibbs got his guys out wide. Nice motion here coming across. Draw will be ran, and it'll be locked up by Ninkovich. All right, James Starks. Gibbs still subbing guys in, getting his lineup how he likes it. So he has it set up for his base, I would assume saved in his depth chart, but then for each formation, he'll just make the adjustments as they need to be going along. Get guys in good positions. Setting up a little heat here.
The quarterback's hollering out instructions. 2nd down and 9. Looking to the right side and throwing.
Oh, really? Pressure got in. He got the corner out behind that dreaded hook zone.
Behind it. So Gibbs goes down 7-0. What happened on your first play to go to 3rd and 22? A fumble? Like, what was the kind of fumble was it?
He got sacked and then he fumbled it and it went back 12 yards.
Yeah.
It was yeah, so I got sacked, which would give me like 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, and then he fumbled it with backwards. Just that's a tough. Like you don't want to take points away, and that was a sack fumble that took points away, which hurts.
At the 23-yard line.
True that. Almost had him pinned, and Gibbs here. Gonna get back out on offense, get back on the horse, and see what he can come up with. I think I just got a holding penalty on my touchdown. No, offsides. That's me a touchdown.
Gronkowski, hold that rock, kid.
Of course, I hit accept by accident.
What happened?
I scored a touchdown, but it was offsides.
Yeah.
And I meant to hit decline, but I hit accept.
The quarterback has his team's
Gibbs.
Here. 2nd down and 10. Gonna go draw. They pounce on him there. Good coaching on the defensive side. Everybody stays at home. They stay in their gap and they hold that run.
All right, 3rd and 9. Looks like he's got some guys back. Gronk in the seam could be there.
Look at the hand signals he's giving.
Throws an out and it gets intercepted by Webb.
Wow, tough. It must have been a cover 2 sink. Not a good look.
Like that, you deserve to throw an interception.
So, got to lock up here. It's 2.5 minutes left in the second.
Something we've seen from the safety before. Ready to pounce on the snap. The quarterback motions the wide receiver. First and 10.
Counter.
And the give now to Ray Rice.
Locked up by Gibbs here. We do play on All-Pro just because that's what the Virgin Gaming tournament is set to. Figure might as well train what the rules are going to be. With Terrific, I don't like the sneak either. Plus, yeah, you don't want to get your money man, your QB. You gotta always want to slide with your quarterback. I am playing here. I'm up 7-0. We can go split screen a little bit if you guys want.
They come out in the dime package.
Little bunch set to the right here.
Barking out new signals. The wide receiver shifting around in motion. The throw to the left.
Underneath.
That's a gain of 8. That time the pass is
but
the quarterback made a bad read. But these receivers, they are so
like he's
good
gonna
nowadays.
pass.
That time in double coverage, he went up and made the catch. It's like Bill Parcells said to me once about Mark Bavaro, very talented receiver. He goes, remember, Sims.
3rd and 4. Big 3rd and 4 here.
The quarterback's
You can hold it to...
That's a whole bunch of receivers line up on one side for this play. The wide receiver
pick. Oh, Nick Perry, you dropped the pick, buddy. Good pump fake. Flacco goes down the
Pick
seam.
that off, kid!
Ball's
P.
really
Chung!
picked off by Chung.
You got to wait to the last second. Wait till the receiver uses his hands. And once
Pick that off,
Yep.
Chunger.
hand in between them and knock that football.
3rd and 1 here.
The Ravens a year ago.
I'm gonna have to lock
Bill,
up.
we were there to see it happen. They were so
Miss.
close to advancing to the Super Bowl. The Ravens
Almost?
are
Yeah.
a good old-fashioned football team.
ZFarls?
Defense,
You already scored?
Yeah.
Of course you scored.
Scored on my first couple plays.
With Joe Flacco, they like to get it down the field. Very well for him last
Heartbreaker.
year. They were
He's 3rd and 1, so I was playing the run. He's definitely passed when I could have a couple times playing the run, so.
Dams.
Dams. Up at that point. The quarterback mixing things up at the line of scrimmage. A miserable place to start this next drive. Working that left side. Nowhere else.
I'm out of bounds. So I want to get outside, conserve some time if I can.
Perfect situation at time. They make the quarterback.
I'm with Soldier Soul on that, feeling that Demps could get lit up by the end of it. I do feel for him.
These receivers and bring them down. Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one.
Run?
And
La, 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 la.
Oh, wow. Had the run locked up in the backfield, and Jeff Demps says, I don't care, on the right screen. Wow.
The quarterback's hollering out instructions. The defensive line is shifting. They're getting into a spread look. I think they think this is going to be a pass. First down and 10. To the ground here.
You saw what I did there. He's dropping everybody back, so I'm just trying to get my guy up in there.
Draw. You got to like your chances, too, because there's 2 Demps playing, so you got to like your chances on one of them.
I messed that one up. I didn't hot route Demps. That was a bad play by me.
More time than that. Another incompletion.
Another run from the Demps man. Also got to change up my package a little bit.
Good job here by the quarterback. He doesn't like what he sees on the defensive side, so he is changing the play to the receivers by giving him.
Gotta go for it in this situation.
You got an open pass.
Gotta go for it.
You're going for it on 4th and 1 from your own 34.
Yeah, gotta go for it.
Before the half.
Yeah.
So probably the play of the game here on the left TV. Maybe we'll go full screen here.
Gotta go for it.
4th down coming up.
Gibbs is 4th and 1. Going to come out in the shotgun.
Has his team's attention here.
Minute 37 in the first half. What does he do? Backing off the coverage.
From the shotgun.
X wide open. Gronk picks it up. Good play for Gibbs there. Nice work.
Defense respecting the deep ball, playing way off the receivers. They come to the line of scrimmage. First down. Here's the handoff and no running. That's Gets a tackle at the 48. Yeah, the draw play has been around forever, and it is still a valuable.
Big drive, minute 13. A lot of time. He's got one timeout. You guys playing coverage back, so we shall see what that opens up. It's got to get something open. Dem Scary is not great, but it's also not horrible. Right around everybody else's, but definitely leads himself, I would say, to take more hits than some other guys, just because how he runs the style. 45 seconds here on the two. A nice draw from Dem's patient and picks up some yards.
Now they're in the hurry up. Quarterback sees something in his defense he wants to take advantage of. Look at the hand signals he's given to the receiver outside. Second down and 6. Gets it
good counter run.
And he is brought down.
22 seconds left, 3rd and 3.
Definitely committed to the run. There's no doubt about it. And when you're committed to the running game, hey, a lot of them are not going to work. That's okay. Stay with it. They motion the receiver around to the other side. Another handoff. Pushes aside one tackler.
Picks it up, takes the timeout. Probably going to have to think field goal here.
So what you saw there, guys, is he was playing everyone back. Let me kick the field goal first. So he was playing everyone back, and he was just giving me that. He was saying, here, take this. You know what I mean? And so that's a situation where, you know, I'm not gonna force anything. I'm not gonna force a pick. I'm pretty close to field goal range. I need to make it a one-score game. So that's why I just go all out there and just go all halfback drives. That's what he was giving me. So that's the move of why I went there and did that.
And touchdown, Farrell.
And I squibbed it there because I didn't want any threat of. Wanted zero threat.
True that.
We're back here now in this one where the Ravens are.
So you made it a one-possession game. Got to do it. It's tough. That hurt me, or that hurt. It hurt to, you know.
Draw. You know, that hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's tough to see that, but if you're gonna not get any points and throw a pick, because I did this. You got to manage the game. Get it with one score. Lock up here, score, and then see what happens. Then you get a ball game. It's going to be a battle.
To the field now for this next series. First down, offense readying for the snap. Playing press coverage to the outside.
Rice on the draw.
Pump draw.
And so my biggest over here on my game, my main thing was I was in run when I needed to be in pass, and I was in pass when I needed to be in run.
Great job of the offensive line that time. There's the quarterback barking out.
There's a draw. And Nick Perry says, "Not this time, my friend." All right. Flacco makes some calls. Gonna play action, sack.
That's why you don't. So, that's why we say don't PA.
There's a couple ways to get to the quarterback. Run over the tackle or run around him.
And I still have not put my proper package in the game for what I practiced on. And he threw the out. So he definitely likes that route to Lloyd. I gotta keep that in my back, in my mind. 2nd and 16 here on Gibbs' game on the Ravens.
Here comes the wide
motion across. He did this motion earlier, and he ran the draw. Locked up. So big 3rd and 13 here. You know, Gibbs has a couple things he can do from this formation, depending on if his opponent's been blocking guys or if he hasn't been blocking guys. It's something he wants to think about. It's going to be his opponent's going to have 4 wide receivers out here, so I finally got my good package in the game.
The quarterback motions the wide receiver. Airing it out.
Come on, Kyle.
Woo! All right, so it appears he at least looks like he's going to get the ball back. I forced my opponent to come up. So that's how it had to be done. Now he's down 3. Now he's down 7. Now this guy's got to play. Otherwise, Gibbs will have plenty of time just to run the draws and pick up the yards he needs.
Doesn't have 99 punts though, but I might get baptized here.
This punt will be returned.
I thought I had a big lane there with Jay Demps.
So draw to Hernandez. I stop him short by 1 yard. Is he gonna go with the halftime coming, or is he gonna punt? So Gibbs has ball, 86 yards or 76 yards in front of him, and let's see what happens.
This has got to be a blitz. Look how everybody's crowding the line of scrimmage. The quarterback mixing things up at the line of scrimmage.
Kind of guarded against the fake punt just in case. I'm going to let this bounce. Gonna lose some yards, but that's okay. Gibbs with the screen and a good user play there by the defender. 2nd and 15. But he is worrying about it, so that's a good news. I'd like to see Gibbs maybe try and work the left sideline here. Maybe user catch a fade of some sort, if it's available.
There's a big line shift here by the defense before the snap. 2nd and long. Throwing now to his left.
Asking you shall receive, kid.
There we go.
Right around the 39-yard line.
So I did not get to see what my opponent was in on his defense because I was looking at Gibbs TV. So I just called a draw and I housed it.
This play set up by the long gainer.
All right, here we go. Gibbs, 1st and 10.
Like what he sees on the defensive side, so he is changing the play to the
Love an out there to the right, but a nice quick pass to the flat.
by the defense. Nice reaction. Seeing the short throw coming up and getting their arms around the runner and
Who
making
knows on 2nd 7. Looks like different coverage than last time. They just line up a little different. Now they're backing off.
out of the shotgun formation. Runs out of bounds.
That's a little out there.
For Clay Matthews.
Oh, from ZFarls.
Did it work? Yeah, it seems like he has the safety this year. Or the safety, you only got 2 guys over there, and depending on if they're back or if they're forward, you could have some looks.
He decided to challenge that in that situation.
So he challenged the play, and the coach's challenge does not pay off. Well, I agree with the head coach still. I would have made this challenge, and it was a little bit of a gamble, but it was worth it. There's the quarterback barking out the signals. Handoff.
Demps with a handoff, 1st and 10.
No need to
like I said, Ravens D's tough. Got a lot of block shed, some good speed. You know, Suggs is capable of being used.
Here for the defense. 2nd and
I know he's going. I know he's going. I know he's going. Oh, I knew he was going there. Put 3 guys.
Well, a short gain on the run that time by the offense. When you're a running football team, listen, there's going to be a lot of ugly plays that don't work. You just got to keep running it. The quarterback mixing things up at the line of scrimmage. Quarterback taking the snap from the shotgun. Patriots now.
That's why you get a Ferrari, kid.
Another 1st down by the offense. The defense is definitely getting fatigued. And when you get fatigued...
There we go. Challenging plays. It's always questionable because it pops up. And I've seen some catches this year that I really thought were out and might have even been out the last couple of years, but they were in this year. I don't know. I'm just seeing things, but yeah, it depends. Depends on the situation. Sometimes they seem kind of obvious.
The receiver outrun the defensive back. Nice completion. 2nd down and 10. They've got him down there.
3rd and 7 here at the end of the quarter.
Running back. It's a short game, but it's all his fault. He picked the wrong hole.
Big 3rd and 7. Let's go full screen on the Ravens game here. SGibs taking on a Virgin Qualifier winner. And Ravens Pats.
So he is changing the play to the receivers by giving him hand signals. Stands in the pocket. Haloti Ngata takes the quarterback down. The name of the game is hit the guy.
What I did there is I was expecting like a cover 2 sink. So what I did is I went to 4 verticals trying to flood them deep, and I guessed wrong. It was 2-man under. That's the name of the game.
That's one thing where I'd recommend a 4 verticals with an out as one of the verticals.
Yeah.
Where hopefully you can catch the 2-man under, or I really got to watch this route to Lloyd here.
Zoltan.
There's only 14 seconds left until half. I thought there was more, or I wasn't really paying attention, I guess. But Kick return. Tackle him. So as long as I tackle this guy in bounce here, I should be pretty good. I'm going to play some coverage D. I might concede the field goal for sure. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to concede the field goal. If he catches it inbounds, the half is over because he cannot run another play. Little game management we talked about earlier. I don't think he can kick this in time.
And the give now to Ray Rice, and he's going to be tackled right
so that's a win. I think I get ball at half.
Like this, and you show toughness. There is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
All right. One quick reminder: we are the ebook I'm using is the starter concepts, and those are on sale. Right now we have a coupon called TWIM40. It's 40% off. It's till the end of the show, so you know we're both in the second half of our game. So jump on that if you want. Gibbs locks up on a big 2nd and 6. Rice ends up losing 10 yards. So a huge 3rd and 16. 2.5 minutes left. Gibbs still gonna need that touchdown, but he's gotta dial something up here. You know, depending on what he's seen earlier. What does he dial up?
The quarterback has his team's attention here. We're late in the game, and the offense is in no hurry. They send the tight end in motion.
All right. I think he's going to bring it right. Is he going to bring it right? No.
And long.
He's going to throw into double coverage. Picked by Arrington. Go. Okay, Gibbs has 2.5 minutes. He's got to still get in the end zone. But gotta like your chances. Got ball back. That's all you can ask for.
Quarterback sees something in his defense he wants to take advantage of. Look at the hands.
He's gonna throw to
give it to the receiver outside. And the pass is incomplete. That's a wonderful job that time by the secondary. Everybody's in position. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. And it's
2nd and 10. One drive, one opportunity. Mom spaghetti.
There's the quarterback barking out music.
Like an out.
Takes the snap from the shotgun.
Right's tender.
When you see defense
open side.
Man-to-man coverage, what they are saying, we are going to force the quarterback to make an accurate throw. Well, that time, that was accurate. That's why they got the completion. The quarterback's calling something out. He'll go ground.
Hold that block, kid.
Demps
He's in the clear.
gets to the sideline.
Why did I go out of bounds? Why did I go out of bounds there?
Because Demps doesn't want to take a body.
Don't want to get lit up.
Right now, it's the defensive player sitting over.
Seeing some good high-level Madden here on the game of the week. Definitely a battle. Gibbs playing smart game. He's got to get some scoring going. Got plenty of time. It'll be interesting to see if Gibbs takes his time and is patient with his opponent with 2 timeouts, or does he score right away and then defend? It's all an option. Does he go away from the spread? Let's all check it out. Throws it to Hernandez. One-handed touchdown. Out of control.
That's why you work on those kids.
That was a great user catch. And I guess I can't make fun of Ask Gibbs why he throws those things, because that was insane.
That's why you go out and get an Aaron Hernandez.
Literally, Aaron Hernandez in my game just made a similar catch.
Who has a good ankle.
In traffic.
Who has a good ankle.
So Gibbs going to go up 4. He's still up 3. So now his opponent's going to need 3. I'd say since his first drive, I just got to pick. Since his first drive of the game,
fumble.
He's going to be tackled right around the 20.
What was his first drive of the game? Just scored a TD on a nice play.
Yeah.
What did you say? You've kind of felt him out from where he needs to be?
It was a deep post.
Just remember, he can get within field goal range. It's still a tie. Just can't let up the deep TD. And then you're still going to have a chance with minute 34. You got 3 timeouts, so you can do whatever you need with your TDs.
They motion the receiver around.
So he's done this motion before. We've seen it.
First down and 10.
Gets caught on the deep tackle.
Scans the field.
And
that's what we need. That's what we need from Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco does the Joe Flacco thing. And let's see.
Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
That's okay. It'll be back. The TV here is...
I can see it over there.
Back on.
TV goes out sometimes.
I'm sorry, Millie, about Joe Flacco, but you did see him struggle last week a little bit, right?
Coming up, second down. Here comes the wide receiver in motion. Rice. Trying to power.
Ray Rice picks up some yards.
That's a frustrating call right there. Brought 6 guys in. And
hey, he knew he could maybe get it, so.
We say all these wonderful things, but when it comes down to it, who can win the war?
Bump Gronk
and
here.
You win the war by running the football. Great job by the offensive line that time.
Guy is... Yeah, let's go full screen on Gibbs, if we can. This is a great game.
The quarterback motions the wide receiver. Now 1st and 10.
Blitz comes in. The Heat, if you'll notice there, he did block the halfback. His opponent did block the halfback, and pressure still came in. So a good play by Gibbs to really get some action with some stuff we talked about. And it's 2nd and 20. Still a long way from field goal range, but not too far. But I mean, he's still the clock's not a factor yet. I would say.
To the receivers by giving him hand signals. The quarterback throws.
Oh, right there.
It's enough for the
all right, so
that's a nice job by the offense there. Get the 1st down, keep those chains moving, give yourself.
No.
uh-oh.
No.
The quarterback has his team's attention here. After the long gain, let's see what they do here.
Pick! Let's go! Let's
Chandler.
go! Go Chandler! Go Chandler! It's your birthday! It's your birthday! It's your birthday! Poof, 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 poof. That's what I'm talking about!
Explain what happened.
So, what happened in there was I sent the two-man pressure both sides, and he was alarmed because the pressure came in because he blocked his halfback and he still came in. And so he wasn't ready for the second guy to come. He went to throw it late because his read was coming across the field. And what happened, obviously he got hit, and I got to lock this guy down right here quick. Whew.
What happened? Was it pick? Did Chandler
He
Jones
threw
intercept
it, he threw it, and then Chandler Jones came in, scoop, pick.
Got it.
The Baltimore ready to take over the football.
Good battling by SGibs. Battles back from the game on the game of the week and locks up for what looks like it may be a win as long as he can hang on. We can go full screen now if anybody wants to. Or not, or just regular.
He loves those corner routes. It's not over yet.
Definitely
it's not over yet.
Not over yet. You did do a touchdown dance, but it's not over yet.
I know, but.
The defense comes out in the nickel. There's the quarterback barking out.
Yeah, we'll keep it full screen until Gibbs finishes up here, then we'll come back. I got a 3rd and 11. Gibbs, as his opponent crosses the formation again, drops back with Barrett. He goes deep, and it's an overthrow by Flacco. A good seam route. That's something that we talked about earlier, that seam route, but you got to have the quarterback that can make that throw to make it effective.
But the defensive back in great position.
Yes, and if you guys want to play in this game of the week, you just got to sign up at the Virgin qualifying tournaments, which the info will come out later in the week. Keep tuned to MaddenTips.com. That's Eric Walden with an interception. I feel like the red zone guy.
Tight end in motion.
39 seconds left.
Drop back, shotgun formation.
Oh, crossing. Wow. Okay, big sack, and that's going to help some clock run.
That's a 3-3-5.
3-3-5? That's bold flavors?
No.
They ask a lot of these guys now. They are special players in the NFL. Stopping the run and the speed to get outside and get the sacks on the quarterback too. From the gun. Looking for an open receiver on the right.
Stay in bounds. Stay in bounds.
James Starks. House.
He should. So what he should do here is kick a field goal as quick as possible and then pray. That's what he should do. But
is the clock running? Yeah, he can't really do anything, I guess.
The quarterback mixing things up at the line of scrimmage. And this will probably wrap up the game. Pumps, fakes the throw.
Lock up.
Big win for SGibs in the game of the week.
Remember how important those draws were at the end of the half?
Yep.
Crucial. They kept me in the game. It kept me in the game. Great game, man. That was a phenomenal game. I felt good. My defense came back, and my defense, I was able to rely on it. Offense was consistent,
do you have
smooth.
Just the slide with his opponent's name on it? Because that was a great game. He played a good game. He was definitely knew what was going on.
Great game by Boy EB. Yeah.
Boy EB.
Phenomenal. That was one of the best opponents I played all year, hands down. And you could tell 20-10.
Yeah, that's a
defensive battle
game. Yeah. Let's take a look at a quick couple stats. We got ZFarls action back on here. I've taken two or three draws to the house.
Whew. That was a game. You took a couple draws to the house? 35-7?
Yeah, two.
Why? You're a beast.
I don't know what happened. I had one pick to the house, 2 draws.
Oh, Farls is a beast.
I don't know.
So you could see I ran. How many draws did I run in that game? I ran a ton of draws. There's 2 Flacco overthrows that really hurt him. I had 2 picks, which were crucial. Overthrows. I had 1 interception, which was an out. That was not smart by me. But Jeff Demps, big, 14 carries, 80 yards, and I probably had about 10 or 12 draws.
Hey, I just use random.org when I pick my opponents. I did have a VG lined up, but just was unable to connect it.
Receiving, it was a whole lot of Jeff Demps today. Receiving and rushing. A lot of J Demps.
Talk a little bit about throwing passes to the guys out of the backfield.
It's in my opinion, it's one of the safest ways to move the ball consistently. They can't be pressed. Usually they're little dink and dunk routes out of the backfield. So a lot of my offenses, if you followed last year what I ran from the Cleveland playbook, you saw my entire offense really kind of focused and funneled through my halfback screens. It's pretty similar to what I'm doing right here, right now, and it's consistent, but it's safe. You have a lot of big play potential, but it's also a very safe way to run your offense. I had 3 sacks. That was clutch. He had 3 sacks. There were some coverage sacks in there that he had some nice coverage deal. I'll give him that. That was pretty good.
There's the quarterback barking out.
What is up, Carolina boy? I see you. I am looking at the chat. And here's a little testimonial right now from Coyote Jones. Gibbs, your Patriots man beater today. Video won me a game today. That's what it's all about. Hey, thank you, Wolf. I know you meant to say good game, Gibbs, but you said good game, Ibs. I still know what you meant, Wolf. Wow. Let's go back to a couple of those big plays. What was a big play in that game? Oh, the Chandler Jones one.
Yeah.
That was the game, right?
That was the game.
I had some lockdown. I had some good lockups at the end of the second half. I don't think he scored. Didn't score. And I scored 17.
You gave him 3.
I did?
Yeah.
How?
Because you gave him the ball like something.
Oh.
I feel like he didn't earn 3 of his. I feel like a short field led him to maybe. Here's some of his points.
Here's the Chandler Jones play. Here's the Chandler Jones play, kids. He loved those routes. So here you see the pressure's coming off the edge. Actually, both guys, the halfback doesn't know who to block. Look at that, Farls. Doesn't know who to block. Look at that. We got 3 underneath guys. The halfback doesn't know who to block. Boom. Nate, who makes the play?
Ebner.
Why do you play Nate Ebner? Tell me why.
He's a playmaker.
Because he makes so many plays, it's ridiculous. Yes, he's a 50 overall or something, but I'm telling you, this man is a stud in this game. 91 hit power. He gets in, he's got good speed. Boom, from the Ohio State. And look at Chandler Jones. Guys putting the team on back. Oh, there's the ball. There's the ball. I'm not going to give up. Oh, there's the ball. Pick. Touchdown. Touchdown. And that's when I started doing a dance. Ebner.
Oh, Finley just made a great play. Anybody see that?
No.
That was an
So where did
awesome
he wanna
hurdle.
go to?
Anybody like that hurdle or no?
He had a curl. He loved the deep corner routes. He loved the corners.
That's because good thing we talked about stopping him earlier in the show. I'm gonna say we end the stream here, just for the live stream, but we can pop it back on for a little bonus action.
Yeah, a little bonus action.
My game's pretty much over here, 42-7. I just executed my offense.
What is going on, Redbird?
I'll give everybody just 1 or 2 more minutes to get the Twim 40 discount before the show ends and it ends. But we'll stay here for a little bonus action, but we will just cut out the live stream action on the show.
Up. Great game to my opponent.
Great game.
The boy EB.
Really great game.
Great game.
Gibbs had a tough matchup when he talks less than normal.
The less I talk, the more it means I'm in a battle.
Doesn't like what he sees on the defensive side, so he is changing the play.
So what is this pick?
By giving him
He just forced that one.
He's looking to the right here on this throw.
He loved those deep corners.
Man-to-man coverage.
Big fan of the deep corners. Who's not?
And then P. Chung or Kyle Arrington, big play.
The Chung train. I might try and bring some heat here.
I think this was that touchdown catch by Aaron Hernandez.
That was a ridiculous catch. We should probably show that. That was filthy. Was that just a fade? Just a nice play? I think, look at the right, unless he was playing it a certain way.
I think that's right here. Here is the play. Might be the play of the game.
That was like, honestly, you know what that catch reminds me of? And I'm not saying it. The Mario Manningham catch in San Francisco.
Yeah. One hand?
Where they
in your grill
needed a
piece?
score. They needed a score.
And he gets hit by Ed Reed?
And Mario Manningham just went and got it. Just let the whole
cow. That is a debatable touchdown, too. Seriously. So he catches it. He's in the end zone. He catches it. Look at that. Laid out extension. That's why you get Aaron Hernandez. God gives you 120%.
Gotta love some Hernandez.
The wide receiver.
The Twim 40 is the best deal we've had so far going on Twim this week in Madden.
But I would not expect a Twim 50, I gotta be honest.
If you get a Twim 50, you are really lucky, and I'm going to have a talk with Nando.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. If I could give you a Twim 80, I would.
Dude, I'll
give you a Twim 99.
Filthy catch.
Pretty good catch. They want Twim 50s. They want Twim 99s, so it could be free 99, basically. Free 99. What a catch. What a catch. What a catch. And
Pick. Oh my God, Burnett.
He did a great job using the screen.
But could not pick it off cleanly.
Bum. I liked his style of defense, though. He played quarters, 2-man under, Farls. Dropped both guys. He had 2 spies. No, 1 spy, dropped 2 purples, and then he backed everybody up.
I like the backup.
It's an interesting look.
Bold strategy.
Yeah.
I was seeing it early in the half. I was like, what can
This was a huge run here by Jay Demps. And I had a great block by Brandon Lloyd right there. That's a great block.
E. Lloyd.
And it allowed me to get to the edge. And here, rather than taking on the contact from Ed Ballhawk Reed, just go out of bounds. Go out of bounds.
No pride.
No pride.
No pride if you win. Or if you play a great game. But there's no pride in being... Oh my God, Clay Matthews just gave him some pride.
Here is the other... Do I get this play? This is a big stop. 3rd and 13. He came out in his bunch. He had that delayed pattern. A deep corner. It looks like that's just a slant, just a deep corner route, a curl, and he had the deep route. I sent the pressure. Ebner off the edge.
Oh my goodness, how do you drop that pick?
Oh, that was Ninky off the edge. You want to know why block shed's important, guys? One of the biggest plays in the game that happened in this game tonight. Block shed. This is what it does for you. Instead of falling down, what's he do? He stays on his feet and he lights up Joe Flacco. Lights him up. Boosh.
This will be the 8th play of this drive.
You gonna play another game?
Do you want to?
I don't know. What do the fans want? What does Tech Guy want?
I would like one of my guys to actually pick a pick.
What does Tech Guy want? Play another game.
One more game.
One more game. One more game. All right. I'll do one more game. I'll do one for the fans. For the fans.
All right, but we ended the live stream, right?
Live stream's over, right? Tech Guy? Tech Guy. Yes?
signals he's given to the receiver outside.
Okay, yeah, let's do an outro real quick. And
We'll
then
do an
bonus show.
outro, and then we'll do bonus show. You only get to catch it if it's live. Sorry.
Good.
Everyone else that's not watching it live.
Yeah.
We got under 2 minutes to play.
All right, so we're about to do a little bonus action, but right now we are heading out for this edition of This Week in Madden. But if you have mailbag questions, make sure you either submit them. You can submit them on MaddenTips.com. There's always a post where you can just leave your comments on your questions. And at Madden Bible on Twitter, ZFarls at MaddenTips.com, at SGibs7 on Twitter,
SGibs7 on Twitter, at SGibs7.
SGibs at MaddenTips.com or at SGibs7
Yes.
on Twitter. So make sure you hit those up, and we're going to close out this one. We're going to stay on for a little bonus show if you're watching live, which you should do next week then, because we might do a little more bonus. Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern.
We'll see you same time, same place.
Same bat channel. Lock up!